All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and waiting patiently, as always, for the intro to finish up there. All right, got some Metal Gear music in the back. Yeah, I was feeling it today. I was feeling some Metal Gear. Just want to have a pretty chill stream today overall. We're going to just talk games. We're going to talk platforms. I got some exciting news. Somewhat excited. Well, I'm pretty excited. I consider it exciting. All right, let's see. Both cat. I know, right? Now, look. So there's a lot going on today. It's me and Megan's 10-year wedding anniversary. Okay. So we've been married for 10 years. There's that. We're going to be celebrating that later on. I got both cats. Sleeping peacefully in the cat tree. I have a shirt right now. A shirt that's over here that has cats on it. Okay? We hit the goal today. I'll put the shirt on. We'll feed the beasts and we'll put the shirt on. Dragonite member for 2 months says happy anniversary. Thank you for that, bro. Ray says he's watching both. 100 goal, I become the cat. I was thinking about that. I was looking up like masks. Thank you, Hellbound. Thank you. Yeah, everybody, thank you for the congratulations. Definitely appreciate it. Dwayne, what's going on, man? Nicodemus says happy anniversary. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Also have just, a little bit of news to share with you for anybody who may have missed it. I'm reviewing another game. But this time I'm actually allowed to let you know what game I'm in the process of reviewing. And Dragonite comes in and drops a 5 bomb on you guys. 5 memberships gifted. Courtesy of Dragonite. Thank you so much for that, buddy. Thank you for getting it started here. Let me, hold on. Let me just sort this out here. Still getting used to trying to multi-stream here. I'm not sure how many viewers we have on Twitch. Just a couple. We'll grow that. We'll grow that over time. I heard of that movie, A Working Man. I think I've heard of it. Yeah. Okay, so let me add that to the counter. Dragonite, once again, thank you so much for that, man. Perfect Image, you've been with your wife for 15 years. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. That black box. Yeah, people were asking about that. I don't know how many of you guys follow me on Twitter, but the game I am reviewing is Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 Pro. I announced this on Twitter last night, and, I was allowed to put an image out there. But, yeah, there was another game that I had to scribble out. It's not GTA 6. I saw some people thinking, like, for somehow, some way I'm playing GTA 6. No, it's not that. It's just another game I'm reviewing, or in the process of reviewing. But I don't think I can show it. Days Gone in 6 days. It's coming. AMG just tried the Sly Cooper games 1, 2, and 3 on PS5. They really hold up well in graphics and stealth gameplay. Yeah, I've heard they do hold up pretty well. I've heard that. Never really played them myself, though. MRPD, I don't know how specific I'm allowed to get. Like, I don't want to risk anything, but I'll just say it's probably a game that people don't expect from me. Like a game that people wouldn't expect me to be playing, let alone reviewing. I'll just say that. Yeah, I saw Lords of the Fallen is basically getting a complete overhaul. It's pretty interesting. I mean, they're really Illegal Monkey's asking what scale am I scoring. I don't know that I'm going to do scores. I'm hesitant to do that. I mean, it's been a long time since I've like really tried to actually review games, and I'm a little bit nervous just because I don't know. The way I've always done game reviews is just by feel. You know what I mean? Like, I think every reviewer has a different style. People like to get super in depth. But the way I've always kind of approached it is mainly just how the game makes me feel. Basically, just like present to you the basics of the game, like the bare minimum of what you need to know, like what this game is and what it's trying to do and how it made me feel. And, you know, whether that be good or bad or indifferent or whatever. You know, just a very casual review in that sense. But it's, yeah, I've been wondering if maybe like I want to get more in depth with them. I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. You know, I'm just kind of diving into the deep end here. And so we'll see how it goes. Baby steps. Michael Lynch with a $10 super chat says, been playing Mandragora for a few hours, loving it. Great music and level animation and cool combat. It's like a way more advanced Ghosts and Goblins, but with Souls elements. Yeah, I haven't heard of this game. Mandragora. Is it Mandragora Whispers of the Witch Tree? It says it's on, I think, all platforms. Okay, so it released yesterday, April 17th. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen this game before, actually. Definitely looks interesting, art style-wise. Ray's asking, is it Crackdown 3 remastered? So I don't know how many people we have tuning in today that didn't tune in yesterday. By the way, Michael Lynch, thank you for that super chat, buddy. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. I'll just, throughout today's stream, just post the link to my Twitch channel if you want to go follow me there. For anybody who does use Twitch, because we are multi-streaming now. And, you know, we'll see what we can do over there. Has anyone heard of these games coming out called Chronos and Painkiller? These games are Dead Space and Doom mixed in one. Yeah. They both look good. Unknown. Yeah, hold on to your Prime sub if you want. So I found out I don't think I'm going to have to wait like a month to get, not partnered, but to become an affiliate on Twitch. It seems like within the next week and a half. There's basically like 4 requirements that I have to meet. We already crushed one yesterday. One of the requirements is you have to stream on 7 different days. So it's going to take at least a week. But all of the other requirements we should be able to crush. So we should be able to become an affiliate over there very quickly, which means, yeah, if you prefer to like donate on Twitch or whatever, or use your Prime sub, you know, you'll be able to do that. What did I think of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? Well, I'm not going to talk extensively about it here. If you want to know like my in-depth impressions on it, I think it's 2 streams ago. It's titled Indiana Jones PS5 Pro Impressions, but I liked it. Yeah, from what I played, I think I put about 5 or 6 hours into it so far. Don't know if I'm going to be able to see it through because I'm like drowning in games right now. But what I've played, I actually really liked. I was very impressed. Like, it's a really fun game. A little bit different than what I expected, though. Like, way more stealth-based. And Michael, what's going on, man? So, yeah, I'm going to be reviewing Forza Horizon 5 on PS5 Pro. For anybody interested in that, the review, I'll be able to talk about it on April 23rd, I think at 9 a.m. Eastern. So, yeah, we'll definitely be discussing that when the time comes. So, yeah, super grind mode. Yeah, for real, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, this is like the first time in my life where it's like anytime, it's not the first time I'm juggling multiple games, but it's the first time I'm juggling multiple games where I'm like, okay, I got to actually like really plan this out and how I'm going to allocate time to each game. But it's fun. Yeah, it's different. Been playing Indiana Jones all day. It's pretty good. Yeah, man. I think Machine Games did a good job. I mean, from what I've heard, the game gets better the further you go, especially like as it ramps up towards the end. It's a game I would like to complete. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, yeah. So shout out to Microsoft, by the way, for providing that code. Forgot to mention that. It's important I mention that. They did provide me with a code. So shout out to Microsoft and Xbox for doing that. I think it's very cool that they're reaching out in that way. You know, it's I was reading the replies on Twitter, posting about this, and there's definitely some interesting ones. Something that I think a lot of people are completely unaware of is that I did play Forza before. Not Forza 5, but, I played, when I was playing on Xbox, I played Forza Horizon 4 and I got every achievement. I loved the game. Like, I really enjoyed it. I think people aren't aware of that. They don't, they just assume that, like, I've never played any Xbox games and I just hate Xbox games or whatever. But I know a lot of you guys know that. A lot of you guys who have been paying attention for a while. You're saying the bots are not happy you got a code MBG. It's pretty funny. Well, the good thing is a lot of people were very supportive, which is cool. It's really nice to see that. Always glad to see that. Just make sure not to overdo it and that you're still enjoying games. Yeah, I mean, I have created a rule for myself, which is basically like, if it starts to veer into like totally unenjoyable territory, not because it's the game's fault, but just because of time constraints or whatever, then I'm just gonna like not, whatever happens, right? I'm not gonna let that ruin a gaming experience for me. Luckspace, you're saying Indiana Jones is amazing. Glad you're enjoying it, man. Yeah, I'm seeing more people talk about Indiana Jones. It seems like I had a feeling it would resonate with a lot of PlayStation players, because you could tell it's a well-made single-player game with some real, like, I mean, obviously it's based off of a movie franchise, so it's got very cinematic aspects. I have not finished Split Fiction. No, that's unfortunately a casualty. Hold on. For now, it's a casualty. Ray says he did not deny it when it comes to Crackdown 3 Remastered. Damn, bro. Did I find any of the games interesting in the showcase yesterday? That one game, been seeing it pop up a few times. Ready or Not seems pretty interesting. There were a few. I don't know. The problem is with showcases like that, when there's so many rapid fire games, I can't really remember. You know what I mean? Like, my brain just can't really process and hang on to everything because I'm seeing it so quickly. But that Ready or Not game looked interesting. I keep thinking about that one game where the dude said his sister got pregnant. I don't know why. It's like, not because I'm interested in playing it, but just because of how cursed it was. Yeah, that really kind of ruined it for me. So that's living in my head. Excuse me. Can't be afraid of the grind in the content creator space. No, it's not a matter of being afraid of the grind. It's just a matter of trying to balance it out appropriately, But yeah, I'm definitely on a grind. I'm on that Sigma male grind set, is that what they say? MRPD says, my brother in Christ, just please get to FF7 Rebirth eventually. And not months before the release of Part 3. MRPD, I'm so sorry, man, but that's probably exactly how it's going to go down. That's probably exactly how it's going to go down. When do I think Ghost of Yotei will be out? If I had to guess, I'm thinking September. I think September is the most likely month. There's no way they're going to go for October or November. There's just no way. So I don't think it's going to get delayed either, because we just heard Shuhei Yoshida straight up said that even when he was playing the game in alpha, like, it barely had any bugs and didn't crash. Like, it was running very smoothly. So that tells me that this game has, had a smooth development cycle, which is great. July for Yote. Oh, yeah. I think we did hear that. July would make sense, but man, it's just like, I don't know. We're so close. I mean, they're really going to pull like an Astrobot here, where it's like, here's the game, and now it's out in 3 months, which is great. That's fantastic. MRPD suggesting that Mrs. MBG takes on FF7 Rebirth in my place. Well, yeah, Garrett, I'm with you on that one, dude. You're saying you hope it's not July because that's Death Stranding month. Death Stranding does come out at the end of June, but it's like literally the last week of June. So it's basically like, yeah, you're going to be playing it all throughout July. Man, I really hope Ghost of Yotei. Now that you brought that up, I'm like, man, don't do it, Sony. Don't do it. Please, God, make it August at the very least. Because Death Stranding 2 is going to be a massive game. That game's going to take some time. And Ghost of Yotei is also going to be a massive game. So the further away those games are from one another, within like a 2 to 3 month time frame, the better. I don't want to see them releasing like within 2 weeks of one another. That'd be horrible, honestly. Nothing's funny. I'm just saying, Your gut saying September. I'm thinking September. Yeah. I heard, you're saying that movie Sinners has a perfect score of 100 Rotten Tomatoes. I would like to check it out. Is that hitting theaters? I heard, apparently it's really, really, really good. It's like a vampire movie. Illegal Monkey says, when they ask you to review something, do they give you a deadline? I mean, from what the way it's working for me right now is like you do have like an embargo date, which just simply means you can't post anything about it prior to that date. But there's no like, I haven't worked with that many publishers, so I don't know if it's different. I can't say that what it's like across the board, but I don't believe anybody's required to put their review out. It's just like the only thing, as far as I'm aware, the only thing you can't do is break that embargo. That's like the one thing you can't do. If you do that, you're in trouble. And again, that just simply means like, posting your review early or posting any content about it prior to that date. Yeah, I think October and November of this year is completely reserved for GTA. October, November, and even December. I think that 3 month period is just going to be off limits. Am I using a new mic? I'm sounding kind of croaky. Maybe it's just my voice. The weather's been fluctuating and my throat's been a little sore. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad. MBG, should I worry about buying the Pro or wait until the PS6? I have a PS5 Slim. I mean, that's a tough one. I would say, like, as long as you understand that the Pro is not a next-gen console, the Pro is going to make games look better than they already look. And in some cases, run a little bit better. But you're not going to see, like, a massive, colossal, like, night and day difference most of the time. There are some games like Assassin's Creed Shadows and FF7 Rebirth. And I would say, probably some upcoming games like Death Stranding 2 as well that are going to look really, really, really good on the Pro. But, if you're not sold on it right now, the Pro that is, I don't think there's any harm in just waiting, especially if you're just planning on waiting for the PS6. But I can say, like, I use the Pro. I like it a lot. Michael says the Pro is not worth it for most, especially because it will limit the WoW of the PS6. That's another thing. Yeah, I mean, if you do decide to stick to the base PS5 and then you are planning on getting a PS6 at launch, you're probably going to, yeah, there's going to be a bigger WoW factor because it's going to feel like a bigger leap. But the Pro is a great console, honestly. Like, I know that people get kind of hung up on the price point, but the games that I played on it look phenomenal. That's not to say that games look bad on the PS5, but it's just like, you know, it does exactly what it says it's going to do. It's going to make them look even better. I think the game I'm most excited to see running on the Pro has to be Death Stranding 2. Because, I mean, that's a game that has been built from the ground up for PS5, and the Decima engine is no joke. And, I mean, just based off of that trailer we saw, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm stoked about that. Yeah, there's that as well. PSSR is getting a major update sometime in 2026. So, you know, it's going to be producing even better results. But we don't know when that update's coming. And I don't know that I would say you should just wait for that. Hello, Imposter Hanzo. You always play your games looking through a microscope. Best way to play. Did you guys see that Digital Foundry is getting cooked, man? Like, they're getting blasted right now because they put out a Nintendo Switch 2 video covering, I think, the Switch 2 version of, was it Breath of the Wild, right? Or is it Tears of the Kingdom? I forget which one. Yeah, and it was literally an advertisement. It wasn't even a sponsored video. It was an ad. They just reposted the Nintendo ad. And, yeah, man, I have to say that made me basically feel like, you know, I don't feel so comfortable, I think, really going to Digital Foundry, you know, for, like, if I'm interested in the technical side of things. It's just so weird. Titus, you think it's because they sold to IGN? MRPD, you're asking. So if you go on Digital Foundry's YouTube right now, there's a video up. Hold on. So they put it in the title. The first word of the title says ad. So they're letting you know it's an ad. I don't know. I think that wasn't there originally. Originally, the video was titled The Legend of Zelda Games Switch 2 Editions versus the original Switch 1. So everybody clicked on the video thinking it was, you know, just a normal in-depth analysis or breakdown from Digital Foundry. Whoa, what's going on over there? Hold on. It said sponsored before. Oh, okay. But people got mad because they're like, bro, that's straight up an advertisement. Okay, hold on. I think there might be a cat fight about to happen. I don't know. They usually start out licking each other, but then it gets violent real quick. I think Digital Foundry's biased. All right, I guess they're chill. Boss got scared. I don't know, man. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for something to happen. Read the room. All right, I guess they're just going to go back to sleep. Leia got that aura. Waiting for the donations to get snacks, basically. Yeah. I wish it was like this all the time, though. Because, like, I don't know if Leia being in here has, like, calmed him down. I don't know. For now, he's very chill. But yeah, man, I mean, an advertisement from Digital Foundry straight up reposted A Nintendo advertisement reposted on their channel is so weird. Not even a sponsored video. Stray 2. It's a fighting game now. The good news about the Switch, by the way, though, is pre-orders are going to begin next week in the US, and the price of the console is not going up. Nintendo has announced that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be available for pre-order in the United States on April 24th. The console's price, including the bundle with Mario Kart World, will stay the same. Accessories for the Nintendo Switch 2, however, have increased in price. Nintendo announced that the new pre-order date and the price adjustments on a blog post, citing changes in market conditions. So, yeah, increase in accessory prices, no increase in the console. I'd say that, considering how bad it seemed like it was going to be, maybe that's better. You know, like, I mean, it's not as bad. It still sucks, but you'd much rather see the accessories go up in price because they're optional rather than the console itself. Hold your tongue, Michael. Hold your tongue. Mr. Werneth, what do you speak of right now? What do you blame Trump for this? Am I getting the Switch 2? No, not at launch. I'm not getting the Switch 2 at launch. I don't know when I'm going to. Digital floundering. Bro said digital floundering. Is that their new name? Digital floundering. Did Digital Foundry not get outed that they were taking money from Xbox and stating that the Xbox version of games were better, but it was not true? I don't think that was ever true. I mean, that's the thing, man. I don't know that I've ever believed that Digital Foundry is like giving preferential treatment to Sony or Microsoft, but the fact that they just reposted a freaking advertisement makes me kind of rethink things a little bit, you know, like how easily influenced are you guys by this stuff? I don't know. I feel like they just probably lost a lot of goodwill. For what, you know? For what? I don't think their channel seems like it does really well. So I just don't understand. I don't understand why they would do something like that. Totally unnecessary. Michael, I think that's going to go. I mean, look, man, I can't say I really enjoyed that showcase yesterday, but we got that out of it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. Perfect Image, you're saying don't think anything of it. It's just an ad. Yeah, I mean, it just feels weird, man. Like, I'm not going to assume that, you know, Digital Foundry's compromised completely now, but it's just like, why? Like, why are you guys doing that? It's just not a good look. MRBD saying, ban this mofo. Like one of the guys was biased and was in a Reddit chat that targeted PlayStation channels. I know. So you're talking about like I think there's like a secret Discord or whatever, and one of the members of Digital Foundry was in that group or whatever. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. Like, nothing can really surprise me at this point. That was a good one too, Michael. So guys, I have a special cat shirt over there on the other side of the room. I'm not wearing it right now, but if we hit our goal today, I'll wear it. Somebody drops a 50 bomb right now, I'll put it on right now. Digital Foundry. No, I don't have anything against Digital Foundry. I saw it in passing, dude. I wasn't even looking for it. I just saw people talking about it. I'm like, what's going on? People were like losing their mind over it. I'm like, what? It must have been something. It wasn't as bad as I thought. But it was also like kind of like, whoa, okay, well, that's awkward. It's pretty awkward. 2025 hasn't been surprising you. I mean, no. I can honestly say no. I hate to say that because it just goes because like yeah, a lot of crazy stuff has happened, but I don't know, man. I'm sitting here announcing to you guys that I'm going to be reviewing Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, this is where we are. This is where we are, man. This is where we are. How does one person donate on the Safari or Chrome app? I said Chrome. I'm on the Chrome app? You might have downloaded the wrong app, bro. Couldn't even get chat to work. Let's see. Hanzo says for Safari you have to put your money on the back of a giraffe scrotum. Very helpful, Hanzo. Thank you for that. I'm sure Michael will figure that out. I have a direct donation as well. I mean, if you're on a phone and you're trying to do it directly from an app, Chrome should work okay. But I've had people say that they've used Safari. I think you just have to go to YouTube and then log in and then just come to the stream and you should be able to. That's what I've been told. MRPD says just send me the money. I'll donate it. We have a direct donation from Moonshot. He says, I'm getting 4K averaging over 85 FPS on most games on my PS5 Pro with all the bells and whistles. I'm pretty satisfied with the graphics and performance. And he says, with another follow-up donation here, I think the Pro will have long legs like a giraffe because I don't know how much more of a jump we go from here. It's not like I'm begging for even better graphics, you know? I totally get where you're coming from, Moonshot, aka Josh. I totally get it because I feel very similar. Like, there are definitely improvements we can get, right, on a PlayStation 6, on a next generation PlayStation. There are things that can be improved upon. How vastly they can be improved upon compared to what we're seeing now on the PS5 Pro. I mean, that's, I think, kind of the unknown. Like, we do know there's room for improvement. We just don't really have a true idea for, like, how much room. Some people believe it's very little. I've actually run into some people who believe actually it's going to be way more than you think. You're going to be quite surprised. And that would be awesome, right? Like, the best thing in the world would be to see a PlayStation 6 that is affordable, not like with a crazy price point, and, shows off a Bloodborne remake, and that Bloodborne remake looks like it takes a dump on literally anything that's been released on the PS5 Pro. I mean, I don't think we're going to see something that crazy, right? I mean, I think those days are gone. But something that could look demonstrably better, where, like, just unquestionably, like, yeah, you're not going to get that on the PS5 Pro even, right? But that's kind of the struggle. Like, how do we do that? How do we do that? Considering, I mean, like you're saying here on the Pro, we're getting some really, really, really good looking games, dude. Some really good looking games that are running at 4K, 60 FPS. Like, I look at a game like Indiana Jones, which I just played recently on the Pro, and it looks very, very good. The biggest thing that's being held back in Indiana Jones, as far as I can tell, is like the ray tracing, right? If you play a game like Indiana Jones on a maxed out rig, you can get like path tracing, and it looks kind of insane, right? Like, it looks totally insane, and it looks like almost like, wow, that does look like it could kind of maybe be next gen. You have to pay a ridiculous amount of money to achieve that, but I do wonder, is that kind of what we're looking at? Or is it going to be more than that? Is there going to be something else? People seem to think that AI is going to be a major part of the PlayStation 6 and what Sony chooses to lean into for marketing and stuff, and to kind of convince people like this is a different experience from the PS5. Makes me a little bit nervous, but because there's just so many things that could go wrong with that. You think the PS6 is going to end up being a PS5 Pro 2 with an $800 price tag? I'm telling you, man, we'll continue to have this conversation until it gets here. But I don't think Sony can forego the mass market unless they're willing to just basically treat the PS5 like you know, like a PS6 Lite, basically, you know, or a PS6S. They can't charge an exorbitant amount for the PlayStation 6 if they're trying to reach, you know, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 million players. They can't do that. They can't come in at $700 or $800. It won't work. But they also can't release a super dumbed down PS6 that looks like it's not really doing anything different than the Pro or the 5, because then you're going to have trouble selling people on it in the other direction, where, you know, what's worse if you had to choose, you know, what's the lesser of two evils here, right? A very expensive console that's going to price a lot of people out but is definitely worth the upgrade, or a much more affordable console that many more people would be able to get, but seems like it's struggling to really kind of show you the difference. If you're Sony, I mean, from a business standpoint, which way do you go? I mean, if you go with the more expensive one and it's future-proof, it's kind of future-proof, right? That's the whole idea. You might struggle at the beginning, but maybe later in the generation, you'll be thanking yourself for making that choice. I think, yeah, most enthusiasts or people who really are looking forward to the idea of moving to a new generation, I think they would choose the more expensive one. You know, where it actually feels like you're getting something much better and a major upgrade. But at the same time, I do think, you know, there would be some kind of like nervousness or trepidation around the idea of like, yeah, Sony put out this $800 incredible PlayStation 6. It's wild what it can do, but it's selling like ass, you know, like nobody's buying it. That would make me genuinely nervous for like the future of that generation. Like, what does that mean? You know, like, what is Sony going to do about that? I don't know. Could go in a few different directions. Let's see here. Illegal Monkey says, go big or go home, I say. Give me the souped up console. Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, I would definitely want the more expensive one, you know? Michael says none of it's working. Sorry, but no donos for me. All right, guys, we have a new mission. We have the appropriate music. Ray comes in and drops 5 members for you guys. We have to figure out how to get... Michael can't donate. He wants to donate, but it's not letting him. Michael, are you on a iPhone right now? I actually am curious if that's what the problem you're running into, because I've seen multiple people run into this problem. And it would be nice to actually get a solution. Ray, thank you so much for the 5 members, dude. I'm going to add that to the goal. And I think I have another... It says we're at 11 members, by the way. I don't know why it's... I don't know if somebody became a member, but it didn't show up. iPhone 13 Pro. All right, chat. Let's work together to solve this problem. Michael Warneth wants to, I assume, drop membership gifts on an iPhone 13 Pro. How do we make it happen? Michael wants me to wear the cat shirt. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Hanzo. You have Safari, Google, Chrome, YouTube app, plus direct donation. Didn't let me sign into any app. Oh, it won't even let you sign in. I'm an Android guy. Yeah, I don't really use iPhone. That's weird. It wouldn't even let you sign in, though? Wait, it's not even letting you sign in on the regular YouTube app. Well, sure. No, that can't. So you're probably signed in on the regular YouTube app. That's how you're here right now. But it just doesn't give you the option. Yeah, I don't know, man. People come over all the time, and you know, YouTube seems to not get along too well with Apple or whatever. I wonder if they're ever going to fix that. Josh or Moonshot, I did you read your direct donations, by the way. I don't know if you're like a little bit behind or what. Oh, you're driving right now? Oh, well, Michael, safety first, bro. Yeah, no, Michael, you pull over right now. You pull out your laptop. I'm gonna make this man stop in the middle of the road. He's on the freeway. Well, yeah, no. It makes me question, how are you even typing in the chat right now, bro? Well, be careful, man. Whatever you do. Broccoli Rob says, live life on the edge. Send it. Heading to York, PA. York, PA, you say? Talk to text. Yo, that's the next thing that... There you go. YouTube. There's an idea. Make it so that people can use like a talk to text prompt to auto donate. New innovative feature. Has to be voice recognition, though. Broccoli Rob says when he drives, he barely looks at the road anyway. Oh, jeez. Broccoli Rob, you're a strange individual, man. Driving and texting, that's the American way. Haven't you done it? Actually, no. What's up, Dillo? Buy Galaxy, problem solved. Ray says YouTube is being weird right now. Ray, thank you for keeping the Twitch chat clean there. They're trying to get me to buy viewership. They want me to buy viewership on Twitch. Everyone's hating the Fantastic Four movie trailer. I haven't seen it. I've seen like screenshots, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it. I am like not excited for it, really. I don't really care too much. Hey Siri, donate $10,000 to MBG. I heard Blueprints is pretty good. Yeah, I heard it's a pretty good game. Titus, you're saying talk to text on Apple sucks, by the way, so much. Try to open a AI app and it can pick up my Scottish rants. Josh, you want to talk more about Chronos? Well, I mean, Chronos does look really good. The thing that's catching my eye in Chronos is the fact that it does look very action heavy. It's obviously survival horror, but it really is kind of leaning into the action aspect, which I really appreciate. And it's giving me heavy Dead Space vibes. And I feel like, you know, we got the Dead Space remake, which was great. Awesome game. But apparently, I guess it didn't live up to EA's expectations sales-wise. So it's pretty much been confirmed that EA is doing nothing more with Dead Space. So I'm looking at Chronos and I'm like, you know, I feel like this game might be able to fill in that gap and kind of pick up the mantle here, you know? And Hellbound 1981 comes in and drops 5 more membership gifts for you guys. Hellbound's got my back. Hellbound's enjoying his dinner, I assume. Hellbound, thank you so much for that, man. Boss, we're close. We're close. We just... 10 more. Or 9 more, actually. A 10 bomb will do it, though. Let me add that to the counter. By the way, how's the music? Or the background Metal Gear music? Is it? It's not too loud, is it? Probably should have asked that a little while ago. But also, it's not time, bro. It's not time yet. Michael, you're saying Dead Space remake was awesome. It's a shame they aren't remaking the second one because you think that one's even better. Yeah, I think a lot of people love Dead Space 2 as well. I think 3 is when people feel like it started to kind of drop off. Oh, you can't hear the background music? Is it not even saying loud enough? Damn. Well, Ray says he's gonna start Blueprints this weekend, but he wants to know more about the story of Chronos. Yeah, I think that's another interesting aspect is the story. I mean, it seems like Bloober's really trying to create an interesting story here with this game, Chronos. There's music now. Is it not coming through? It's just some Metal Gear. Put it up a little bit. It's a little bit of MGS3 ambiance, you know. Is it supposed to be playing right now? I turned it up a little bit. So I don't know if it's coming through or not. I actually have seen many parts of the movie Killing Gunther. Didn't really enjoy it though, because like Arnold's barely in it. I felt like I was bamboozled, you know? Alright, you can hear it now. So who's hyped for Days Gone Remastered? Who's planning on playing it? Just a heads up. This is coming from RGT85. He tweets, Nintendo 2 Joy-Cons are now $95, according to the press release from Nintendo. I'm sure this will go over very well and have no negativity attached to it. So I don't have the press release in front of me, but according to RGT, $95 for Joy-Cons. How much were they prior? Chill, boss, chill. When it breaks from stick drift day one. Oh, man. They were going to be 80, so they went up by like 15 bucks. Damn. I mean, that's a lot. 95 is a lot. This is practically 100 bucks. They increased the price of the wrist strap. If Sony had greenlit a sequel, we'd be getting a Days Gone 2 right now instead of a canceled Ben live service. Yeah, well, like I said, man, we have this conversation. We'll continue to have it until everybody knows it's not fully Sony's fault. I mean, technically it is because they own Sony Ben, but Sony gives their studios the freedom to decide what they want to work on. So Ben's studio as a whole did not want to do Days Gone 2. And they're the one who pitched this live service game to Sony. But it seems like they messed up doing that. How long have we been married, Dragonite? Me and my wife have been married 10 years today. A whole decade. It's been 10 years. Michael, you're excited for the 2D Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi? Decade strong. Boss, don't bite that. Yeah, guys, I'm going to encourage you. We're at 16 members. We're going to push for that 25. I'll try to push for that 25 members because... Stop that. Stop. Don't bite that. Boss is getting really antsy here. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Boss needs newspaper discipline. Thank you, Johnny Gaming. I appreciate that. Patrick, you're saying you platinum Days Gone on the PS5 in 2021 with the 60 FPS, so you might pass on the remaster. Yeah, I mean, if you played it on the PS5 already, I don't really know that you would need to replay the remaster. I played it on the PS4 Pro, which was at 30 FPS. I never went back to it on PS5. Thank you, Patrick. Broccoli Rob. Appreciate that, guys. Michael says, did my donation come through? It hit my card. Nothing yet, Michael. Nothing yet. Hopefully it comes through. Oh, okay. Well, for a second, I thought that was it. Dragonite comes in and drops a 10 bomb. That's not Michael Wernitt, though. Hold on. Dragonite, thank you so much for that. He drops 10 and says happy anniversary. That crushes the goal, but now I'm worried for Michael though, bro, because he went out of his way to make that happen, and like, I guess it didn't go through. All right, boss, let's feed you. We will feed the beast. It's time. I guess he has to bathe first.
Boss, do you read me? It's time to feed the beast.
You unsubscribed from PS Plus Essential? We're almost out of treats, boss. Here you go. That should be enough. You never seen that, Beef Flesher? Yeah, I've been training boss. I've been having him do some high jumps to get some extra exercise, burn off some of those treats. He's getting good. He's jumping real high now. Will MBG stream the rumored partner preview next week? What, Kyle, what are you talking about? What partner preview? I mean, I don't blame anybody for wanting to unsubscribe from PS Plus if you're in a region where the price just went up. I understand that. Illegal Monkey says he's definitely going to be playing the Horde mode. The Horde mode looks awesome in Days Gone Remastered, dude. Easily the thing I'm most excited about. And then Ray says he has enough PlayStation credits to get those Days Gone updates for free. MBG, nothing like listening to your podcast while doing chores. I'm about to mow the backyard. And Michael Wernitt comes in with the 50 bomb, bro. I was like, wait, I'm like, if I know Michael, he likes to drop those 50 bombs, man. And he's saying YouTube's giving him a problem. Michael, dude, it crashed my, Michael crashed my studio here. Hold on. He drops the 50 bomb on you guys.
Holy shit.
I had a feeling, bro. I'm like, Michael doesn't play around. If Michael wants to drop some donos, he's going to drop some donos. If he wants to drop those members, he's going to drop the bomb. That's absolutely insane, though, dude. And now I'm going to have to give Boss some catnip now. He's going to have to do some jumps. Michael made it happen, though, for real. We got to give Michael some W's in the chat. That dude, he like straight up did pull over. He's like, you know what? Here you go, MBG. Capone's like, do something. I'll go get the cat shirt. Hold on. Well, I'll give Boss some catnip first. Geez, where does that put us at? Like 76 members? He says, welcome, Boss. Eat up. He likes to eat catnip, so here we go. Here we go. It's a big pile of catnip. All right, don't go too crazy, Boss. Pace yourself. And then let me go get the shirt. Oh, I'm not. Just to be clear, Mike, I'm not taking my shirt off. I'm putting another shirt on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. Hold on, let me So because we're at 76 members, I'll put the cap at 100. All right, let me go get that shirt. You want me to flex? Chat thought they were going to see MBG shirtless. Boss is going to need cat rehab after that catnip. Pace yourself. Hold on, let me go get the shirt. This is a shirt that Mrs. MBG bought for me, bro. All right. She asked me to wear it today for our 10-year anniversary. So you guys can thank Michael. How's it look though? I feel like it doesn't look that bad. I don't know that it's my style. Like I don't know that I would go out in public with this, but Michael was like, "Oh hell no, bro." Boss was judging me so hard, he just straight up left. Boss just left. Okay says I left for a half hour. What did I come back to? Well, I was like teasing a member goal today, and I would wear a surprise shirt. And then Michael Werner dropped a 50. He dropped 50 memberships, and so I had to get the shirt. Boss got high and left to find some bitches. Yeah, boss is getting a little reckless these days. Damn, dude. MBG, this is a new low. What? Come on, it's not that bad. Like, what if I just came on stream and didn't say anything about this? I just came on with this on. You'd be straight up offending me because you'd be offending my style and my taste. It's outrageous. You would get tons of compliments if you went out in public with that shirt on. You think so? I feel like it's kind of like peacocking a little bit though, right? Which I definitely don't need to be doing. This, I mean, honestly, this is probably the strangest shirt I don't know. The strangest piece of clothing I think I may own is the one where Kojima's basically Jesus. And it reads the text, it's a Kojima miracle. That's probably my strangest piece of clothing. Dragonite says, good pick, Megan. Metal Gear meow. Just cut off the arms and show the muscles. Bro, you think I should cut the sleeves off of this? Okay, now that would be funny. That would be funny. King Sam says Sekiro stream for another 50 bomb. Oh, Jesus. King Sam, I hate when you flex like this on me, bro. Are there any other games for a 50 bomb? Why has it got to be Sekiro, man? What's your camo index? Considering the environment I'm in, 80%. I got that cat camo. That's funny, dude. What's your camo index? I understood that reference. Guy in a cat shirt's like a guy in a pink shirt level. You gotta be a real man to do it. MBG's got it covered. Well, I have you guys to thank for it. And my wife. The wife will put me on the couch if I cut the sleeves off. Finish Hi-Fi Rush. Oh yeah, I forgot. You that's true. I think you were the one who made that happen, right? You were like, I'll give you 50 memberships to play Hi-Fi Rush. I didn't really enjoy Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know what it was. Maybe I didn't play it long enough. Well, King Sam, I am going to be reviewing Forza Horizon 5, though. I don't know. That's no Hi-Fi Rush or Sekiro, but there is that. The lost episodes of Hawaii Five-0. Whoa, hold on. Claire I was just hopped on Twitter. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. We're entering the final stretch next week. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 will release on all platforms. They have the time zones. You guys looking forward to this game? Claire Obscure. Okay, they sent me the PS5 version. I'll be reviewing it on the PS5 Pro. I'll be able to put out my review on April 23rd. I see some of you guys are excited for Expedition. You asking, Unknown, you're asking what the art style is. You mean about, like, Claire Obscure or something else? Melon, what was the black box? Oh, sorry, okay. Yeah, they gave me the premium version. So they hooked me up, man. Yeah, Xbox hooked me up, which is very nice. So I'll have access to like the DLC and stuff. I have a friend who's really, really, really into Forza Horizon 5. He was giving me a couple tips. Oh, Hi-Fi Rush. I don't know. It wasn't the type of game that I thought it was, to be honest. Like it was actually, Hi-Fi Rush was much deeper than I expected. Like once it started opening up, I'm like, oh, I thought this was just kind of like a really simple action platformer or something. I can't tell you that, Joshua. Yeah. If I tell you that, you'll know, you'll be able to pinpoint it. But gosh, man. Tip number 1 was don't play it. Well, guys, I mean, you know how there's no, there's no physical version of Days Gone, right? But I got one. I got a physical version of Days Gone, bro. Only person in the world. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? Sony made it just for me. They made it just for me. Can you believe that? You can't? You can't believe it? I don't believe it either. Boss, where'd you go, bro? You didn't finish your catnip. No, it's not. Yeah, it's just a printout sleeve. Unknown says not falling for that. I had to do it. You know? Because I'm like, bro, they're not gonna. This is like one of my most anticipated games this year, Days Gone Remastered. I'm like, they're not gonna do a physical version. So I'm gonna be the dude that makes the case and just has a. I'll just settle for the case, you know, with no disc or PS4 disc. But you think Ghost of Yotei is gonna dominate this year? I think Ghost of Yotei is going to be a standout title if it drops this year. I think I think if GTA 6 does drop this year, I think it will. I don't think it's going to get delayed. I don't think anything's going to touch it. I don't think anything's going to touch that covers on eBay. Is it? Is it Patrick Murphy? Or sorry, Green Ninja? Turns out there are people out there that make this stuff. Yeah. You too could have your own Days Gone PS5 case. Sony should start doing that. They should just start selling sleeves for their remastered games. Patrick, you're saying you like the look of the Indiana Jones PS5 game case. Doesn't the premium version for Indiana Jones, the physical version, it has a different cover art? For $80, yeah. Do I have any more printouts? No, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I actually don't know how to make a printout like that. Like that specific. Did I see that GTA 6 release date got leaked? Ghetto God, where's this coming from? This is the first I'm hearing about this. Mario Kart might outsell GTA. GTA is going to outsell Mario Kart. This is breaking? Hold on. It's like breaking news. Josh, don't do that, man. When somebody types in all caps in the chat breaking, it makes me think there's actually some kind of breaking news. Oh, Naughty Dog just posted with Tommy's sniper playstyle and no return. You can keep your distance. Well, that's not... Doesn't feel like breaking news. We forgot who leaked it, but they said mid-November. I don't think anybody knows the release date of GTA 6. Sergeant says, holy, that's a good shirt. See you, Sergeant. You know, God, Josh looks stupid now. No, I don't think anybody knows the release date for GTA 6. I mean, November sounds right. I mean, yeah, that absolutely sounds like it could be when it comes out. Detective Seed said Rockstar built a whole data center for GTA 6. I believe that. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. They're going to need a whole damn data center. Keep track of that game. That's crazy. I believe it 100%. GTA 6 is going to be... when that game comes out, the world's going to stop that day, man. It's going to be weird. I think we need to prepare for, like, serious server crashes. Like, not even just, like, people trying to play GTA Online, but I just mean, like, people trying to download the game all at one time across, like, PlayStation and Xbox. Especially on PlayStation, dude. Like, Sony's going to have to really prep for that day. Or that week. Or that month. I feel like a lot could go wrong. But a November release date for GTA 6, I mean, I could see it. Yeah, I still think it's October. I think it's mid to late October. Maybe I think it's going to be the third week of October. That's what I see for GTA 6. But it could end up being a November title. But I don't think the release date's going to leak, man. If I had to guess, probably only 2 or 3 people at that company know what date they're shooting for. That's my guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe like the developers actually know. You're pre-ordering it and pre-downloading it. Guys, my goal is to get a review code for GTA 6. All right. I have a very short period of time to establish myself. All right. Fred, all I heard so far about the Switch 2 accessory price adjustments is that the price of the accessories are going up, and specifically the Joy-Cons are going to be $95. When it comes to the pricing of anything else, I haven't heard anything, or I haven't read anything yet. marketing starts with Sony in May. Well, we do know that Take-Two Interactive's next earnings is on May 15th. So I imagine they're going to say something. That's the time. Any showcase news? Any Sony showcase news? No, nothing new to report, unfortunately. I did talk about this yesterday a little bit, but I did say that, or I was reporting on the fact that Housemarque tweeted out yesterday that they're going to be showing extended gameplay of Saros this year. And I thought the timing of that was interesting. Like, maybe that indicates that there will be a showcase and Saros will be there. But in terms of like any official news or even like rumors or leaks from, reliable insiders, right now it's quiet. There's nothing. So I'm not sure. Maybe the calm before the storm. I don't know. The Switch 2 Pro controller is now $85. Damn. Yeah, that's tough, man. I guess if people had to choose between the price of the console going up or the price of the accessories, they would prefer the accessories, but just the fact that the price had to go up at all sucks. Yeah, the past couple weeks have sucked when it comes to price increases. Disappointment level if no showcase? It depends. Like, if Sony doesn't do a showcase this year, my expectation then is, okay, so you got to have a damn good state of play ready to go then, right? So my disappointment level will basically be determined by not necessarily there being no showcase, but what Sony's going to do instead. I won't lie, though. If Sony does make it clear that they're not doing a showcase, there will be some level of disappointment. Like, damn. I guess they really are. Like, if they don't do a showcase this year, that's like the longest they've ever went without a showcase. I'm going to take that as a sign that they are not doing showcases anymore. Maybe like not until the launch of the PS6. That's my guess. That's how I would take it. Fred, you got to be kidding me. Nah. You're trolling right now. Fred is absolutely trolling right now. Maybe. I mean, did you just make that up? Hey, you can still download that app. I'm pretty sure it's still on PS5, which is kind of nuts. Abandoned PT3 2026. I'm going to look it up now. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not seeing anything. Wait, hold on. PS5 subreddit abandoned by Blue Box is back on the PlayStation Store, listed as just announced. This is from 2 days ago. What's up with this? I thought this game was revealed to be an investor scam / hoax. It's once again listed as announced on PlayStation coming soon. Top reply is the clown posted a story on Instagram about a 20-minute conference on May 8th, which will include the release date announcements. So likely that. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm having like many flashbacks. Can you screen share? It's just. Hold on. There ain't no way, bro. This can't be happening. King Sam, you're saying you think we'll definitely get a show from Sony around the same time as Summer Game Fest and Xbox Showcase, whether it's a State of Play or Showcase. I do agree with that, King Sam. I think that we are going to get a show, but that's the big question. Like, you know, is it going to be a Showcase or State of Play? Because I'll tell you right now, the reaction from people with that announcement is going to vary big time. Like, if a Showcase is announced, people are going to be a lot more excited. The State of Play, there's gonna be a lot of moaning and groaning, and I understand why. But we see, that's the thing though. That's what's keeping me up at night, bro. Is like we're sitting here talking about, oh, they're gonna do a showcase, right? It's like, bro, they already announced they're doing a Borderlands 4 State of Play in spring, and I'm like, oh yeah, keep forgetting about that Borderlands 4. On a band don't. Okay. A band don't, bro. When is the Borderlands State of Play? They just said spring. So we're in spring right now. So it could be any week now. Call Hassan, you have his number. Kept you waiting, huh? I mean, dude, I gotta say, man, I don't like the timing of that. I don't like the timing of it. Like, bro, we're like, you know, we're just 2 months out from we're 2 months out from Death Stranding 2, Kojima's next work. I don't think Kojima wants to start getting memes posted on every post I think he wants his replies to be flooded with like memes and stuff again on Twitter. You're hoping for a Black Myth Wukong DLC announcement at one of the upcoming shows? I think you're right. They did confirm that they're going to be doing DLC for that, didn't they? I could see that. Yeah, I could see that announcement happening. To me, that seems like it could be a solid State of Play announcement. Joshua, wait, hold on. Wait, what did who say? Are you kidding? Kojima loves his viral memes. Yeah, he usually does, but not when they're about a random developer that's not him. I'm telling you, man, I listened to that podcast he did with Jeff Keighley addressing the situation, and he was like, I got tired of seeing that, man. Every post I put out, I just seen memes of this guy or pictures of this guy. I'm like, who is this? So weird. So weird. Why is it that Ratchet & Clank releases with each console launch? Only each console launch? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my best guess is that Insomniac's very busy. Like, they have a roadmap of titles that they want to get to, and it just lines up that way. It seems to do pretty well as a launch title, though. Because, yeah, the next Ratchet & Clank game is supposedly lined up for 2029, which would basically line up exactly with the PlayStation 6. That's like within the launch window, I would say. I suppose he would get upset if it's not about him. Am I getting Ninja Gaiden 4 this year? Oh, dude, Ninja Gaiden 4? Hell yeah. Absolutely. In all seriousness, King Sam, it depends. It looks good. It looks very interesting. It looks very kinetic. It just really depends on what I'm playing at the time. Did that game get a release date already? I forget. I know he meant Gaiden. Ninja Garden. Be decapitating flowers and stuff. Joshua says, abandon is back. Chris, I think it's safe to say that. I don't know though, apparently not. Fred, you're saying you'll be able to play Claire Obscure at 3 a.m. on the 24th. You looking forward to that game? Yeah, Ratchet & Clank is still a top-notch game from PlayStation this gen. Still never released on PS4. I think it did go to PC, but not PS4. Ray, you're trying to send a screenshot and the link on PSN? Oh, man. I'm so nervous. I'm going to garden so stealthily. Rift Apart is such a good-looking game on the Pro. You get distracted by the visuals. Yeah, sometimes, like, when games look so good and they have so much going on the screen, at one time, like, I feel like I can't even properly play the game. It, like, paralyzes me. Your complaint is, why is there no demo in Expedition 33? Especially turn-based. Isn't that hot nowadays? I don't know. I think that game's a day one Game Pass title. King Sam, you're saying you'd love a members lounge of rewatching the abandoned conspiracy streams. Haven't laughed at something harder than at one of those. Great time. Yeah, dude. I mean, even though I'm like nervous to look back at myself during that time though, because I feel like I'm gonna be looking at somebody who's mentally ill. I don't know. Like, I mean, I know it's me, but it's like, I remember how like crazy like, I don't know, I really went down the rabbit hole, man. But I didn't realize at the time just like how entertaining it was. Honestly, like I didn't realize like those streams they may still be like by far and away the most entertaining streams I've ever done. But it was real, dude. Like that's the thing is like I remember people were saying at the time that I was just doing this for the attention or whatever, and like you know, I'm like putting on, I'm like pretending and I'm like going along with it. It's like no, dude, like that was real. I don't know if maybe that's why people were so entertained by it, because they're like, oh no, this guy's serious. Like I was serious. I'm like, this. It's because like the payoff of it was going to be something crazy. It would have been like the craziest ruse in gaming history, but especially like the further it got taken, the more I was like, oh dude, this is going to be nuts. This is going to be nuts. And then over time, it got to a point where it's like the realization slowly starting to sink in that, bro, this ain't Kojima, man. Like, and it was hard for me to accept that, because I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's not Kojima? What do you mean it's not Metal Gear and Silent Hill? What are you talking about? I have the app on my PS5 right now. What do you mean? Yeah, it was weird. That was a weird time, dude. I don't know. Weird times, good times though. I mean, overall, I will say I had some of the most fun. I may have been a little bit crazy, but I was having a lot of fun. So, you know, if that makes me a crazy person, then so be it. Good times. Yeah, maybe at some point. Yeah, we will be doing members content. I'm having trouble doing it right now because I'm up to my eyeballs in stuff that I'm doing. But But we will at some point, do another members lounge, and when we do, maybe we could go check that out. That would be pretty interesting. I can't promise anything though. I might cringe to death. Like I may feel depressed watching myself and be like, I don't know if I can do this. But yeah, that was an interesting saga. MBG, you should see the Switch Switch eShop. There's literal hentai anime AI slop games listed for sale. What the fuck? Why do Sony and Nintendo allow this? Ray, you're saying check Twitch. Hold on. MBG, is it okay if I send the abandoned link? Yeah, that's fine, man. That's cool. As long as it's the right one. There are a lot of horror games out right now. Just I don't think a lot of AAA horror games. Well, actually, I don't know. There's quite a few to choose from. How do you get followers on Twitch? But I mean, I'm just, I don't know if it's very different from YouTube. I'm confused because on like YouTube, you make like videos and stuff, and the algorithm kind of picks you up. So you're playing to the algorithm. Like, is it just the same thing on Twitch, but you just stream and hope that the algorithm picks you up or something? You find them in real life and follow them on the streets and see where they go. Oh, okay. Well, that's very, yeah, I see. This is why I ask these questions. Did you look into affiliate? I'm looking now. You need 3 concurrent viewers, 50 followers. I don't know if you did the 7 days of 8-hour streams. So yeah, you need to stream on 7 different days. So this is day 2. So we have 2 days now, which is would be Thursday and Friday. So I need 5. I'll need 5 more after today. And the 8 hours will probably be taken care of either after today's stream or tomorrow's. So I should, yeah. I think once I become an affiliate, I'll post like maybe on my next video, maybe my next couple videos, and I'll post it in more places that I'm on Twitch so people can follow if they want. King Sam says, Chris, what are these anime games called so that I can be sure to avoid them? Sergeant, you're starting Callisto Protocol soon. It's a pretty good game. It's not the best, but it's got... The combat's a little clunky at times. But it's still a solid game. I enjoyed it. Don't expect much horror from Callisto Protocol. I mean, it's... Yeah, I would say it's like more action heavy in a sense. It's definitely survival horror, but yeah, you if I recall correctly, it's very action heavy. More like a dark sci-fi survival melee focused beat 'em up. That's an interesting way to describe it. I don't know that I agree with that entirely, but it is a good game. If you have a PS5 Pro, that game apparently can run at 8K. Joshua, don't do it. Dude, Joshua's like ready. Joshua Reese is just ready to go, bro. He's been sitting here waiting. He's like, finally. The day has come. Yeah, the boss fights were pretty not great. The problem is my memory's shot to a degree. Like, I only remember like bits and pieces of the Callisto Protocol. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Like, that's how like maybe underwhelmed I was by it, where it just didn't really stick with me very much. You had to cheese the final boss by hopping over the barricade because the protagonist is so slow. Oof. Not the Belt Dad. It's his first time in chat saying, yo, that's a crazy name. That's a crazy name. But what's up, man? Should your stream be saving to Twitch? The first one didn't. Yeah, I went into the settings and I didn't realize I had to manually go into the settings and make it so that they'll be archived. Oh, the MRPD, that's you? Bro, I would have never guessed it in a million years. Well, MRPD isn't available, so I guess Not the Belt Dad works just as well. Oh my god, dude. How do you go from... You know what? It makes me wonder what MRPD stands for. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, man. That's funny, dude. No, I don't want to know. I really don't. We'll just... Some things are better left unknown. Oh, you guys never cease to amaze me. Another thing that will get you noticed is having 100 plus viewer streams like you do on here. That could get you partner easy, but you have to hold 100 concurrent viewers for months. Yeah, oh god. I'm not going to ban you, but I specifically told you not. He couldn't, you know what? I get it. He couldn't help himself. He's like, you know, he's just holding it in. Like, don't say it. Don't say it. And he had to blurt it out once, you know. MRPD, I don't know how I viewed you inside of my head. I don't know how I don't know. All I know is something changed. That's all I know. Something just changed. It's changed forever. I still appreciate you as a viewer, MRPD. But something has shifted. I feel like this is one of those moments where it's like, oh, this person seems so normal. And then like you find something out about them. We're like, oh, okay. Something tells me you got the belt a lot. Oh my god. We've reached that point of the stream. I thought it was Mr. Raccoon Police Department. I would prefer, let's just, yeah, that's what I want it to be. He says, I'm whatever you need me to be. Oh man, my audience never ceases to surprise me somehow. All right, let's go back onto Twitter and see if there's any news, anything I need to be aware of. Doesn't look like it. Let me go check on my tweet. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't really use my Twitter anymore, but that tweet I put out yesterday got some pretty good traction. Not bad. I'll take it. Not gonna complain, you know? It's not for the faint of heart. All right, so hold on, I want to look at the games that are coming out next week. We got next week's going to be kind of crazy. I wonder why so many publishers decided the last week of April was the best time to release their games. So we are, what's the 18th today? Claire Obscura Expedition comes out the 24th. And then the next day, Days Gone Remastered. Forza Horizon 5 if you get the premium. And then on the 29th, Forza Horizon 5 for everybody. And then it says here, it's actually listed to be announced, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. So that's actually on the Wikipedia for game releases. And we have Zombie Dragon coming in, dropping a 5 bomb. Sorry, I was just on another page there. Zombie Dragon's keeping the member train going today. He wants to get to 100. Can we do it, guys? Can we get to the 100? The coveted 100 member goal. That'd be crazy if we could. I really appreciate that, Zombie Dragon. Appreciate all the support you guys have been showing. You know, I can only do this, like I said, because you guys make it possible. I'm trying to expand a little bit here. Go outside my comfort zone. I'm going to start trying to do some reviews and whatnot. Some of that good stuff. So the more support that I get here, you know, the more confident I can be in kind of going out there. What's the 100 goal? I don't know. I definitely was not planning on hitting 100 members today. I don't know that I have anything planned per se. There are definitely games that I would absolutely stream for you right now if I could, but I am not allowed to. So 100 reps, I could, well, not 100 reps, no. MEG, is that you in the thumbnail, your reaction to Abandon coming back? Yeah, I have a specific thumbnail style that I do, as you guys know, for my streams. But today I didn't really have any like structured topics for today, but I knew I wanted to stream, so I don't know. I was just like, well, I'll just put Deacon St. John. You know, that's one of the games we're going to be talking about. But 100 plus 20 reps. 20 reps is reasonable. Yeah, that's reasonable. This Blueprints game is breaking my brain, but I cannot stop. I've never taken a full page of notes for a game before. That sounds like hell. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. But, oh my god, I would never... Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like puzzle games like that, man. 50 push-ups? Well, I mean, I could do that, but you wouldn't see me. Because I can't tilt the camera low enough to capture the floor. The thumbnail is me when I look at a game I just bought to play another game I just bought. We all just want a new episode for the Sekiro streams. Oh my god, it seems like it. That's crazy. I can't believe you guys are still going on about Sekiro. Like, this is crazy. You guys are never gonna let it go. I could have like brand new games to stream and you're like, yeah, bro, but like what about that Sekiro though? You know what I'm gonna do one day? I'm going to master Sekiro in secret. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to secretly master that game. And then one day I'm going to be like, all right, guys, well, you know, you drop 1,000 memberships. I guess I'll play Sekiro again. I don't want to. I'm going to hustle you guys. That's what I'm going to do. They'd be like, this is going to be great. And I'm like a fucking pro. I like mastered the shit out of that game. They'd be like, yo... That would be great. Maybe I should do that. Well, I can assure you of one thing. I cannot play it right now. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't play it right now. So, but guys, let's talk about how do we get... I want to get to a point where I can get a GTA 6 review code. Do you think I can climb the ladder fast enough between now and maybe like September or October? Do you think it's possible? Joshua, that entire sentence is just totally cursed. That's so cursed. No, you don't think so? I don't think so either. So I think the reviews for GTA 6, you're gonna, if I remember correctly, I heard it from Colin Moriarty. I think it was him, where he said that Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive were so serious about GTA 5 reviews that they hand delivered it in like a briefcase. So I don't think it's gonna happen. They're like very, very serious, bro. To start streaming a lot of Rockstar games. I don't think it works that way. I say take less time with reviews, review less games, but dedicate yourself to them to go in depth. Other companies will start to take notice. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's going to unfold. Like, I have to find my rhythm and my style. I don't know what it's going to be. Like, I said earlier that I want to have something a bit more. I don't know that I want to be the guy that goes super in depth, because I feel like a lot of reviewers do that. And I understand why. Like, people want to know, they want to know the depth of a game, and that makes sense too. But I don't know. I'm going to have to get a feel for it, because I don't know. That's just, I got to be careful what I say, because I don't want to say anything I'm not supposed to say. My idea is like, to me, it's much more interesting to just focus on how a game made me feel. You know what I mean? Like, basically just like kind of lay it out. Like, again, just kind of lay out the structure of what the game is and what it offers, but mostly just like how, like, I don't know. I'm probably overthinking a little bit, but it's because I got a lot of different thoughts in my head right now. King Sam, you're saying still got a 50 waiting for you when you platinum Sekiro. Oh man, that's very kind of you, King Sam. I don't think it's a 50 bomb I'm never gonna earn. That's one platinum that I think is never gonna get unlocked. All I can tell you, MRPD, is that it's a video game. That's what I can tell you. It is in fact a video game. Indiana Jones or AC Shadows on the Pro? I think Assassin's Creed Shadows definitely looks better on the Pro, but Indiana Jones does look very good too. But I think AC Shadows has the edge. AC Shadows, I think, might be the best looking game on Pro, from what I've seen. But don't get me wrong, Indiana Jones looks good too. They're both very good looking. I will say the lighting in AC Shadows seems like it's very, very good. Can you say boom and flex your bicep? No. I see what you're doing, Guy Gravity. First time in the chat over on stream, Astrofay8 saying, how's all going? Good? Are we okay? Say, let me tell you in advance, I've been an artist for 8 years. Okay. I appreciate you joining the stream. Forbidden West, generally speaking, best looking game this gen. I mean, Forbidden West looks nuts. Yeah. On the Pro. I know people like kind of clown on Horizon these days, but Horizon is still by far like one of the best looking games. Looks amazing. Indiana Jones is a good game, but it's not trying to push hardware limitations. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's pushing the PS5 Pro. I wouldn't say that. It's utilizing it and taking advantage of it, but it's not pushing it, from what I can tell. Which is fine. Not every game needs to do that. It's great when they do, though. We did, yeah, Fred. We reacted to that trailer, I think, in not yesterday's stream, but the stream before that. Really great trailer. Definitely stoked for it. Joshua Reese wants a 20 bomb. Well, we are 19 away from hitting 100, which is Awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, I appreciate that, Sergeant. Semi-competent creator. You say a GTA review code would be deserved. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I mean, the pressure would be very high, you know? Buckeye Blood says you guys are nuts. Makes sense. You mostly play on console. Indiana Jones on PC with path tracing looks better than any game on console. I mean, that's true, man. But a serious question, like, I mean, like if I wanted to get a PC right now to achieve the best visuals I could for Indiana Jones with path tracing, how much would that cost? That was a serious question. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know for a fact it's going to be way more than $700. That I do know, or even $800. But I don't know. I've seen some people like 2K, solid 2,000 plus. I do wonder what my current PC. I have a 3060, so I don't know how much better like Indiana Jones could look on running on my PC versus like the Pro. But I don't know. I find myself pretty satisfied with what the Pro's offering. It'd be like 3K, close to 3K. Fred says, so should the MBG army rise and reach out to studios to get your review codes? I mean, I want to say yeah, but let's see how the next 2 weeks goes first. You know? Because this is new for me, too. People have been asking me for a long time. They're like, bro, can you start reviewing games again? And the way I used to do it, and I still probably will do it this way for some games, no doubt, is like I would play them at the same time everybody else is and then give my review. So my review would be late, but this is like the first time in all of my time doing YouTube, truly, and covering games where it's like I have multiple opportunities to do things early, you know, to like be part of that kind of like I'll be there day one or the day 1 or 2 days before to tell you guys what I think, and you guys can take it from there. And that feels interesting, you know. It feels like there's a certain level of responsibility there that isn't necessarily there after the game already comes out, because people have already usually made the decision on whether they want to purchase it or not. So it's definitely different and interesting. And I've never played games like this before either. What I mean by that is like, this is the first time in my life where I feel like, yeah, I'm playing games with a bit of a deadline, you know, where it's like it's not making it a bad experience. It's just making it a different one where it's like, this is interesting. And it's kind of making me interact with games in a slightly different way than I ever really have. Not in a bad way, just like, you know, less breaks. Like, I mean, I'm like doing like 3-4 hour sessions, 5-hour sessions, which for me is like abnormal. You know, I usually would pace myself where it's like hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And it's like, okay, I'll come back to it much later on. But now I'm like, no, and it's what's interesting about it is it's, I used to play games like that when I was younger, and I kind of forgot, like, I don't know how to, I guess it's like momentum based, where when you start playing a game, first hour, feeling pretty okay. Second hour, feeling better. And like by the third and fourth, like, I don't know, sometimes you just really start to kind of get hooked on stuff where you're like, the longer you're playing it, the more, I don't know, like I guess immersed you just get into it, where you're like, yeah, man, where's the time going? Like I kind of don't want to stop, but I got a lot of other things going on too, so I do have to stop. Let us know when you need us to crusade for codes for you. I will, Fred. Yeah. Stand by. You know, life-specific games that really interest you. Death Stranding 2, Delta, GTA, Yote, to name a few you're going crazy with. Do I ever get sent codes from publishers? Sometimes I do. Yeah. Yeah, I was already offered something literally today that I was like, kind of like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. Like, when I say it's crazy, like, it's not anything like huge that I think is well known, but the treatment, I guess you could say, like what they were offering is like, wow, that's very nice. Like I'm just kind of surprised. I'm not used to this. So I don't know if like more publishers are already starting to notice that I'm starting to. I went Hollywood, bro. But I'm probably gonna pass on that because like what it is, I've made it very clear on my channel. I made it very clear on my channel and to everybody on it that like I'm not into this, you know. So it maybe if I wasn't wrapped up in so many different other things right now, I would. But was Indiana Jones a code? Yeah, Indiana Jones was a code that I was given from Bethesda, which is cool. And nice. And, you know, again, I want to get back to playing that game when I have the time. Yeah, I'm Eternal CMO. Yeah, I'm navigating that right now. Can't go into specifics, but there's something specifically that I'm navigating that I'm like, okay, this is definitely new for me, and I have to be very careful. Is Bungie offering me to play Marathon? No, actually. I haven't, but I'm pretty sure Bungie, they have like a circle of creators, I think, that are kind of their go-to. I don't know that I would be interested in playing Marathon early, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if they just, if something just, like, came up and they're like, do you just want to play this game right now? I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll try it. But there's too many things coming up that God, man. Anybody who says there aren't enough games to play, I think, is kind of crazy. There's too many games. For DS2, are you playing the games 2 days early and laying the foundation, or do you want the foundation already to be laid for you? Well, I mean, I'll be honest, Gravity, I would absolutely love to. I'm like at a point, to me, right now, Death Stranding 2 is the big one. That's the big fish that I would like to catch, where it would be awesome to be able to review that game. But, you know, I'm not expecting that. I will probably buy it, you know, I'll probably buy it digitally, and I could see myself double dipping, buying it digitally and then getting a physical version, but I definitely am not going to sit there for 2 days not playing it. I can't deny it. Like, they got me, you know. I'm going to want to be there day one, playing it as soon as I possibly can. But, you like the cat shirt, Michael? Yeah, it's for you, bro. But yeah, no, obviously Death Stranding 2 would be an amazing game to review. I'm going to review it either way. You know, like I said, I'm just now figuring out, you know, trying to work with publishers and, you know, going through the motions, because it's something I've never done before. But, you know, I want to get into a rhythm of reviewing games again, and getting used to that and getting more comfortable, making that more of a priority, whether that be through videos, streams, just, you know, discussions, review discussions and stuff like that. Maybe even like spoiler casts, stuff like that. I think would be pretty great. And it's something that I think a lot of you guys have been asking for. And so it's not something that I want to be specifically tethered to, well, you know, if I don't get a code for a game and I can't review it early, then I'm not going to review it. No, I'm not going to do it like that. I got caught. Yeah, they got me. Yeah, it's looking like Oblivion's going to be at the end of the month. King Sam, you're saying, haven't been keeping up with your streams. Did you finish Split Fiction? What did you think of the final level? I didn't finish it yet. I'm like halfway through it. I have to put it on the back burner for now, King Sam. I would like to get back to it and beat it at some point. I've been hearing a lot about that last level. I am curious. Do I play on a TV or a monitor? I actually switch these days. Lately, I've been playing a lot on my monitor. But I kind of just move my Pro around. That's what I've been doing lately. I've been during the day when I'm playing, I play on the monitor. And then in the evening and then at night, I just move the Pro to the living room and I play on the 65-inch screen, which is very nice. I did a few small, I don't even know if I call them upgrades, but made some changes to the living room, which is nice. Make it a little bit more comfortable. A little bit more ambiance for my gaming sesh, you know? When people say there's no games to play, it's because it's not their genre. Yeah, and that's another thing. One of the things I'm going to try to do, and this is going to be the hardest because I'm just a stubborn person, but I like what I like. But I'm going to try to be a little bit more open to trying different things. I'm going to have to be careful with it because I know that there's just going to be some stuff that no matter what, I'm not going to, it's just not my cup of tea. But I also do believe that I've been a bit too specific with what I like to play. So it wouldn't hurt, or at least I don't think it could hurt, to just try to expand my horizons a little bit and see if there are other things that I can at least give a shot, and be more willing to try. Split Fiction's kind of in that boat to a degree. I mainly got that because, my wife wanted to play it. If it wasn't for her, I can honestly say I wouldn't have bought it and played it. It's just not for me. And I'm struggling. When I was playing with it, I was struggling with it a little bit because I'm like, I don't know that this is my type of game, honestly. But in my opinion, how likely is it that the PS6 will be discless? 100%. If Sony, I think, is going to sell a drive for it that you can buy, just like with the PS5 Pro. I think that's how they're going to do it. But I could be wrong. Maybe they'll do 2 bundles. They could do 2 SKUs. But right now, I'm thinking it's 100%. Yellow gaming chairs next. What's that? I've seen people throw that around. What's that a reference to? The yellow gaming chair. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I've seen so many people say that, and I don't understand what they're talking about. King Sam, no, I never played that. See, I don't know. See, the only tower defense game that I played that I loved was Plants vs. Zombies. That's it. That's the only experience I have with a tower defense game. And it's one of my all-time favorite games. So maybe I would like that because it's tower defense, but it's if you're going to make me, if I'm going to play tower defense, I want to play PvZ. Oh, the CD or the Cyberpunk 2077 gaming chairs for free. Cyberpunk gaming chair reviewers got it, and they also happen to be very favorable to the game, aka they were paid off. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awkward. Such a shame for physical media. Yeah, it is. It is a shame. Yeah, I don't have a yellow chair, so I'm good for now. Sony's gonna send me that blue chair, bro. I mean, look, I'm not. It's obvious. I'm not gonna sit here. If the day comes where I'm getting if I ever get codes from Sony, I don't expect people to come to my channel and be like, I'm going to MBG for the most unbiased PlayStation reviews ever. No, I'm completely okay with making it known that I love PlayStation games, I'm gonna I'm gonna be if I were to review anytime I review a PlayStation game, I'm reviewing it coming from the position of somebody who very much is a fan of PlayStation games. It doesn't mean I would lie and say I liked the game when I didn't, but it's just yeah, man, if people are looking for just totally I don't there's just zero bias, they're totally indifferent, I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, please ignore the branding, the fact that I cover PlayStation on the channel, ignore that. No. But at the same time, if I got a code for Concord or something and had to review it. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and hold back because it's like, well, it's PlayStation. No, dude, like I'd be like, this game is fucking bad, bro. Yeah, gonna get a green chair. Dude, that would be so funny. That would be so funny. Maybe I'll get sent that Xbox toaster. Series S toaster, you know? You saying Janky Jones? Janky Jones, dude. That's funny. Yeah, if the background wasn't a big enough of a hint. Marathon code incoming. Yeah, I mean, like, whenever I do review Death Stranding, like, whether it's early or not, I'm gonna tell you guys what I think of it. Like, I'm not going into that game expecting that I'm gonna come back and be like, guys, I'm sorry to say, like, this game is ass, you know, like, terrible game, not sure what Kojima was thinking, not sure what Sony was thinking, disaster. No, but, like, you know, I'll like, am I enjoying it as much as the first one? Am I enjoying it more than the first one? Are there any obvious weak points of the game? Is there something that's really annoying me about the game? You know, stuff like that. Is a game buggy or something? Microsoft unironically being the company that started MVG's reviewer journey is deeply ironic. Well, actually, it wasn't. Like I said, there's another game I'm reviewing right now, and that's technically the first. But actually, yeah, I mean, the timing of it, basically around the same exact time, which it is ironic. And I would have never expected it to go this way, but so yeah, Death Stranding 2, all you need to know, it's basically Kojima on acid. No, Grounded wasn't actually even a review. That was different. Grounded was, I was just given that as kind of like a gift. Like, you could just play it if you want. Oh, you remember the Hot Wheels thing? Yeah, so that was the only sponsored content I ever did. Years ago, I took a sponsorship for this. It was the first Hot Wheels game. And I was like, sure, why not? This game looks interesting. I've always, you know, I liked Hot Wheels growing up. I thought this game looked kind of cool. And it was a sponsorship where it's just like they did pay me and I had to disclose that, but it's like, just play it and then tell people what you think. And it was good. It was actually a really well-made game, but, you know, it wasn't something I like stuck around with where it's like, I think you guys are going to be playing this game for years to come. Although I think they did make a sequel to it. But I did that one time, and that was okay. You know, it was cool to get paid to play a video game. Like, I never experienced that before. But, you know, I didn't really pursue it much after that because I'm like, well, I'm going to be a Nintendroid soon. Yeah, soon you're going to see a Nintendo video drop on my channel where at the beginning of it just says advertisement. Just an ad. But no, when it comes to Grounded, Microsoft just sent that over as a gift, just simply saying, like, feel free to play it if you want, talk about it. And I thought, all right, yeah, I just figured, why the hell not? You know, they were nice enough to send me the code. I'll at least try it. And I knew that I had a really strong feeling that game was not going to be for me. And I was right. It just, you know, the first batch of games that Microsoft put on PlayStation just really weren't for me. Second batch, you know, things are different now, and things are seemingly going to be very different going forward. It's everyone's dream to get paid to play games. I mean, yeah, man, it was like that was what was cool about it. It was years ago at this point, but I was like, whoa, like, this is kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, I got they sent me the version with the DLC. With the Hot Wheels DLC, yeah, ironically enough. Speaking of Hot Wheels. So long as it doesn't interfere with you being honest or other aspects of your channel. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, people have been encouraging me for a long time to try to expand my horizons and be more willing to try some different things. And I just figure, you know what, man, like, why not? You know, like, it, because the way I see it is, if I don't like it or it doesn't go well, I can just stop. You know, that's, so why not? I've tried other things before, but, you know, something that has been very consistent throughout the years on my channel truly has been people asking me, like, please start reviewing more games and talking about more games. And I think one of the biggest problems I've had, and this is going to sound so funny, but it's true, and you guys know this because I've talked to you about it before, is one of my greatest I consider it a weakness in gaming, or at least with the way I interact with video games, but it's also just because it's part of my personality, is through the years, I would get, like, basically addicted to certain live service games. And logically speaking, it's like, you should just become a so-and-so streamer because of that. But it would never, I would never get so addicted to a live service game that I wouldn't play single player games. It's just that I would end up really spacing out, like going at a snail's pace basically with playing single player games, because it's like I would play chunks of single player games, then I would go back to the live service and play that. And when I'm done with that, I'm gonna play another chunk and then back and forth. And before you know it, it's like, yeah, dude, it's like, oh, I got 1,000 hours on PUBG. I got 1,000 hours on Dead by Daylight. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm getting just totally lost in these games, and I get helplessly addicted to them. And I kind of realized, like, I want to get away from that. Like, I don't have a problem with live service games because I'm having fun, but it definitely dawned on me where it's like, bro, the more you get addicted to these games, like, the more time you spend on these games, and especially because my life is getting busier and busier, it's like, you're going to have to start deciding, like, do you want to play this one game and keep playing those rounds and just grinding that? Or do you want to start playing more stuff, like more single player games, different types of games? And that's where I just realized, like, you know, I really want to start playing, like, more games, different types of games. Like, it's not to say that I won't play multiplayer games or live service games, but even with Helldivers 2, that wasn't a live service game that I got helplessly addicted to, but for the first 2 months of that game being out, like, that's all I was playing. And I realized, like, oh, I'm getting addicted. So I kind of, like, pumped the brakes a little bit. I'm like, bro, you got Rise of the Ronin coming out. You still got to try to play Final Fantasy. You know, you got Stellar Blade coming out in April. This was last year. And I'm like, all right, pump the brakes on Helldivers 2 a little bit. So I'm realizing that with gaming, it's the biggest problem I have with it in my life right now is time. You know, so many of these games are so long and so time consuming, and you now have live service games that are fighting for every moment of the, you know, that you're choosing to play video games. So it's hard to balance it out, man. Can you imagine telling yourself at 20 years old that in the future you'd have a gaming channel on YouTube, and what he'd say? Yeah, I think about that. The biggest mistake I ever made with YouTube was not starting it sooner, because I started my channel in 2016, but I would say I should have started it, like, at least 3 or 4 years earlier. Because I was paying very close attention. Like, it didn't dawn on me. It didn't dawn on me. What actually happened was, one day I went into work, and one of my coworkers, a female coworker, she was, like, talking to me about how she started Twitch. Right. And this was, like, well over a decade ago. And she was telling me about it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, what's that like? And she was like, it's incredible. She's like, I got people following me, and we're playing games, and I'm making money. And I'm like, wow, that's no, it wasn't like that. No, she actually just played games. And I remember, like, being deeply intrigued, like I wasn't aware that this was going on, right? Like, I wasn't very aware of Twitch. I knew about YouTube, never really paid attention to Twitch. I knew about YouTube, but YouTube to me was just video content, not really streaming. And she was, like, telling me, like, yeah, I'm making money. And I'm like, and, you know, I couldn't help myself. I was like, well, how much are you making doing this? And she told me how much, and I almost passed out right there, because I was like, I was like, what? She's making like thousands of dollars, you know? And I'm like, it was literally in that moment that something just like snapped in my brain where I was like, I got to do something with this, because I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, and I was like asking her like in detail, like, so what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm just playing. What was the game that was really popular at that time? I think it was DayZ. MRPD, I'm just telling a story about like what inspired me to start YouTube and talking about games and stuff. Because somebody was saying, imagine if you could go back to your like 20-year-old self and show them like where you are now. And like, yeah, that'd be crazy. And I was saying I should have started sooner, but I was like super obsessed and passionate about gaming. But it wasn't until I found out like my coworker was streaming on Twitch, and like that became like what she did full time at some point. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, man, I want to pursue that. Like, I decided to go with YouTube. Because I like, even that early on, like I remember looking at Twitch and being like, I don't know that this is my vibe per se. Because if you see what I'm doing right now, I'm literally streaming on Twitch right now, but which I've actually neglected my Twitch chat a little bit here. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm a streamer, but also I make YouTube videos. But back then, I just remember like, yeah, I'll give you my. You can follow me on Twitch. We're trying to become an affiliate over there. I am multi-streaming now, so I'll put that in the chat. MBG lore, yeah. So basically, I remember when I first started, I've told you guys this story before, but when I first started my channel, these videos are no longer available, but I did have videos on my channel in 2016 of me working out in the gym, of me doing supplement reviews, because I remember telling myself, I got to do something unique on YouTube that nobody else is doing, not realizing how things work, right? So I was like, I'm going to blend two things in one. That's why I made my name Musclebound Gamer. I know people think it's a cringe name and whatnot, but I made it that because I was like, my channel is going to be a fitness workout channel and a gaming channel. It's going to be 2 in 1. And I thought it was like a genius, because I'm like, nobody's done this. There's a reason why. It's because people like focus. Those are two very different things. I could have done that, but I started my channel by making workout videos, supplement review videos, and then also talking about gaming. And at the time, I was heavily invested in Xbox. So when I talked about gaming, I mainly talked about Xbox. Talked a little bit about PlayStation and Nintendo, but mainly Xbox. And I noticed as like the weeks went on, and I'm starting from nothing, the videos talking about gaming seemed to get a little bit more attention. People were more interested in that. And so I just naturally started to lean more into that. And then at some point, I started to notice like, oh, looks like I'm getting quite a few Xbox fans that are following my channel. And so I leaned even more so into like, well, maybe I could just stop talking about the fitness stuff and cut that part out of the channel and just focus on gaming. And again, at the time, Xbox, that's what I was playing. And then that's how it happened, man. And, it wasn't a success right out of the gate. I told myself I'm in it for the long haul, like I want to make this thing successful. And if it takes 5 years, if it takes 8 years, I'll stick with it. I didn't go into it like, looking at it as like, oh, it's going to be a guaranteed success or whatever. And no matter what anybody tells you, because people have asked me like, what do you need to do to be successful on YouTube or Twitch or like anywhere you're trying to, on social media in general? It's like, well, no matter what anybody tells you, you do need a little bit of luck. There's just no doubt about that. You can improve your odds and give yourself the best possible chance. But everybody who is successful to any degree, they'll all tell you there's always a little bit of luck involved. But it's all a matter of how are you setting yourself up? How many potential opportunities or the potential for luck, right? So I don't know, man. It's really interesting reflecting on it, because yeah, man, I'm just very thankful. You know, nothing's perfect. You know, nobody has a perfect life. But yeah, man, I just remember. I remember the jobs I used to work, dude, and some of them were brutal and they were not fun. They were just flat out bad. And I know that a lot of people, that's what they have, you know? So I try to always keep perspective of like what I have here and how it's not to be taken for granted. It's not to be looked at as, I just expect this. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. The longer you do something, the more adjusted you get to it, the more used to it you get. But it's always good to have that kind of reminder of like, because it's interesting you mentioned my 20-year-old self, and I'm 31 now. Looking back at my 20-year-old self, it's like, holy shit, yeah, like I don't think I quite realize how much my life has changed. It's crazy. Like my 20-year-old self would shit his pants if he knew where I was in life right now. To a degree anyway. I don't, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, you know, I just feel grateful. So what else were we talking about though? Nintendo doing a Wii U 2.0? Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it's a Wii U 2.0. No. Let me see. So we have 85 followers now on Twitch, which is cool. Right now, my goal on Twitch is to get to 150 followers. I think we'll be able to do that soon. You used to get nasty messages before about your personal life. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's not good. We will get Kojima in contact with MBG, hopefully. Be like, you that blue box guy? I'm like, no, what? I mean, no, you're thinking of somebody else. Tweet it, even if you're ballsy. What do you mean, MRPD? Thoughts on Metal Eden? I haven't tried it yet. It looks interesting, but I haven't tried it yet. We will bury your blue box history. GTA 6 trailer 2 when? Possibly next month or in June. That's my guess. MBG, the neckline analyzing guy, right? Because he was like, were you the guy analyzing my necklines? I'd be like, yeah, I was losing it, dude. That was the moment I think it was like, oh, MBG, please stop. You need, if you're not going to get some help, you need to stop for a while. All right. Stop it. Get some help. Oh, put my Twitch info in my bio. Yeah, you're right. I got to do that too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to like, there's still so much I have to do. And I have a lot on my plate, so I'm not trying to like overwhelm myself. But yeah, that's a good idea. Gotta remember to do that. I'm trying to like wait until I can become an affiliate to really push it out there. Green Ninja, you're saying Xbox as a brand is dead to me. I don't even care. They can't keep up. They're just capitalizing on Halo and Gears. Interesting. Yeah, the Discord thing, I tried that. I'll be honest, man, like I can't do Discord. Maybe in the future, if it's like, it's clear that you have to do this to be successful or whatever, then maybe I'll consider it. But I can't, dude, I hate Discord. It's no offense to anybody who uses it. I'm just saying I can't. It feels stressful to me. It feels like it's like a 24/7 chat that's always there. And yeah, there's the UI is nuts. I mean, I learned it for a bit, and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing. But it made me realize, like, oh, I just don't like it here. MRPD says, I'll give Xbox credit because they're shitting out good games now. They're a publisher, like I had some bad Nando's chicken. I respect it, and I can't wait for Gears E-Day. Am I reviewing Gears of War Ultimate Edition? No. Well, I mean, no. Like, that's not a game I'm playing. I don't think that's even been announced yet. I'm super interested in something like Gears of War E-Day to know if that's going to be day one on PlayStation. Because that's going to be crazy, dude. Like, I think we can all agree that it's one thing to see, like, Forza coming to PS5, like, 4 years later. It's a completely different ball game when it's, like, the next Gears of War game is day one on PlayStation. Like, that's the next level. That's the next level. And I think it would be smart. Like, if Microsoft really is done caring about console sales, I'm pretty sure a game like Gears of War E-Day would sell very well on PlayStation. Not sure if they could get it running on Switch too, though. But I think it will be. I'm getting that vibe. I'm very much getting that vibe. I mean, presumably we're going to see more Gears of War E-Day at the showcase, right? So, are they going to end it with a PS5 logo? You got to admit, that'd be fucking nuts. Think you're going to show the release date trailer at the showcase with the PS logo? Yeah, we're MRPD. We're on the same page here. It has to run on the Series S, so it probably can run on the Switch too. Isn't the Switch 2, from my understanding, isn't it somewhere between a Series S and a PS4 Pro, though? So it's like slightly below the Series S, if I understand correctly. MEG, your shirt is too Hello Kitty girly for you. I have this shirt on today because we hit a member goal. This is definitely not my normal attire, okay? Some people like the shirt, some people don't like it. But you will accept it today. You must accept the shirt today. Looking forward to Gears on PlayStation, not gonna lie. It's manly. Shirt gave me more chest hairs. It's Catterday. Well, it's Friday, but tomorrow. The Switch 2 is about ROG Ally docked, so a bit more powerful than the base PS4 with more modern features. Yeah, I mean, we'll find out, right? We're going to find out what games can really run on the Switch 2. I mean, we're seeing games like Cyberpunk running on it. So I don't know what like more modern games would be doing necessarily to make it so it just can't run. I think it's just going to be on a game by game basis. It's going to be different for everybody. For every developer, I mean. Let's see, we got Neo Exodus. Just followed me on Twitch. Thank you, buddy. So we're at 87 now. We're very close to 100. So, you know, when it comes to like trying to expand my horizons, I mean, this is where, like, look, I don't know if Starfield's coming to PlayStation. It seems like it's going to at some point. I gotta be honest, like I have pretty much no interest in Starfield. But this is one of those things where it's like, if I'm given the opportunity to like review it for PlayStation, do I just say, well, try it anyway, or pass, you know? Because it's like that, like it feels, you're saying that definitely say yes. The only thing that feels awkward about it is it's like it's gonna take so much for me. Like, this game would have to do something crazy to win me over. So I'm like confident that but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough thing. MRPD, I know, dude. I know. Play them all so the bots go more insane. So just troll reviews is what you're saying. I mean, I think I have to just try to like maybe embrace the notion of you know, maybe trying to be a more fleshed out reviewer also means playing games that you're not necessarily excited for and giving your honest opinion on it. You know, I mean, that's the thing. These companies, I don't know how these companies work. Again, I'm very new to all of this. There's this kind of notion that if you're really harsh in your review, right, that like you're at risk of getting like blacklisted or whatever. But it's like, to me, that's stupid, because it's like, well, then what's the point of the review? You know, like even from I know that like the companies, obviously they're hoping for good reviews, but it's like, you know, it's going to be important for them to know if, you know, if people don't like certain games for certain reasons, why that is. MBG's next video, even PlayStation can save Starfield. See, that's brutal. That's like a brutal title, dude. I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's a good one. I think it's trying to find a good balance where it's like, I don't know, man. Because here's what's weird about Starfield. Like, I'm pretty sure that game will do great on PlayStation. Like, I have no doubt about that. You know, like, regardless of how I feel about Starfield, if that game comes to PlayStation, pretty sure that's going to sell really well and have an audience that absolutely is like, I love this game. I'm pretty confident about that. I mean, even like the upcoming Oblivion remaster. Like, some people were asking me if I was going to play that and try it out, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll take it one step at a time. You think consistency is more important? If you're covering something you're not interested in, it'll likely come through to viewers, and it won't be appealing to watch. Yeah. Isn't it weird that MBG, being a PlayStation-centric channel, got Microsoft's attention first compared to Sony? It is a little weird, but then again, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if like Sony is even aware of my channel or not. Like, that's what's interesting to me about the situation, is that like I didn't reach out to Microsoft, they reached out to me, which was very surprising, and you know, cool. As I said, like that's like, wow, okay, they noticed me. That's nice. That's always a nice feeling. But I don't know when it comes to the Sony side, if it's like, do they even know my, like, even if they did know, like, let's say if PR people came across my channel, would they even think about, we should see if this guy, maybe we should try to offer review codes, when I don't even review games. That's the thing, man. Even when it comes to like the past couple of years, PlayStation games, I haven't even reviewed PlayStation games. Like, I've talked about them, but my channel doesn't come across as a review channel. And I'm not saying it's going to just convert into a review channel. We're still going to mostly be doing this, right? Just chatting and talking and covering news and having deeper discussions, but they know of my existence. They don't even give Mystic codes. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think Mystic does reviews either. So I don't know if like they're just specifically looking like, are you a review channel, or like, do you review video games extensively? You know, is that like part of your repertoire or whatever? So I don't know. I'll look into that. I'll see if maybe I can get something going with Sony. I mean, obviously that would be great, because we cover PlayStation here mostly, but Mystic said he never got offered codes. Interesting. You know, it's great. He has like he has like over 800,000 subscribers too. That's kind of nuts. Worst case, give it a technical review. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, man, baby steps, right? We're taking not the game baby steps. We're taking baby steps. We'll see. We'll see where we go. Humble beginnings. That's how I view it anyway. I see White House Twitter is trending right now. Do I want to know why? I don't want to know why. I don't want to know why. Get me out of here. Get me out. Why did I come back here? The King of the Hill revival series will release this summer on Hulu. Oh shit. I didn't even know they were reviving King of the Hill. I'll tell you what. All right. Where are we at time-wise? Let me see. We have a Planet Schlorpian with a $5 chat. Thank you, buddy, saying, why is anyone even remotely excited for any of locale Bethesda's future Elder Scrolls games when we're getting Crimson Desert and Witcher 4? That's a fair question, man. I mean, like I said, I think Starfield really did not live up at all to what people expected it to be. Again, that game was supposed to be sold as like Elder Scrolls in space, and I think people were just like, not even close. Oblivion Remaster, I can understand the hype, because that's, you know, the prospect of an older Bethesda RPG being brought up with more contemporary control schemes and graphics, I think is appealing. But in terms of like a future, like the hype for the Elder Scrolls 6, no matter what, is going to be through the roof. The real question, though, is like, are they actually going to be able to deliver on what people expect? Because what people expect from the Elder Scrolls 6 is nothing short of a complete engine overhaul and really Bethesda ushering in like this is a new age of Bethesda RPGs. That's what Starfield was hyped up to be, and that's not it. You know, I think the goodwill, I think, just ran out, dude. I think people were just like, well, you know, it feels like this is basically the same type of game in like from like almost every area, from every aspect. It's like the same type of game that Skyrim was. And when they said Skyrim in space, I think what people expected is a game developed well over a decade after, like a decade and a half after Skyrim came out. So it's going to be Skyrim in space, but like, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. Basically, when I look at Starfield, that game doesn't seem like it's keeping up, like with what modern other kind of like what you're saying here, Planet Shore, like what other modern AAA RPGs are doing. It feels like it's truly like left behind, where it's like you guys are stuck back in like 2011. And I think what the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to need to do is feel like a Bethesda RPG, well, assuming that game comes out in like the year 2030, a Bethesda RPG that was made in the year 2030. Like a true modern. Like it feels like it finally caught up, not only from a technical standpoint, but just from a even like a presentation standpoint. You know, I just think that, yeah, I never understood the hype for Starfield. Honestly, like from the moment we saw gameplay, I'm just like, I don't get it. Like I don't get what I understand. Like the prospect of exploring space so freely, but. And I'm not trying to say that Starfield and No Man's Sky are the same game, but it's just like when people were kind of saying like a lot of the stuff that you're trying to sell me on right now, like I can already do that in a game that's been out for the last 5 years. You know, like it felt like it was like a day late and a dollar short. So I don't know, man. I do think that the Elder Scrolls 6 has a lot of pressure on it. But I do think the Elder Scrolls 6 will also, no matter what, do well because it's not a new IP. So, well, we're likely many years away. We're many years away from that. Guys, we're going to be wrapping this stream up in probably the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. So I'm still going to hang out for a little while and talk to you guys here. I do want to... see here, hold on. Yeah, so I do want to encourage you, if you want to drop any more fan funding. We're sitting at 81 members on the day, so there's still time to drop a 20 bomb if you want to hit that 100. But if you want to drop any more member gifts, or if you want to become a member, or any more super chats, or any type of fan funding, this is kind of like a last call before we roll out. Again, it's me and my wife's 10-year anniversary, so we're going to be celebrating that later today. I'll probably take tomorrow off. Tomorrow I'm probably just going to be gaming like crazy, and then we'll be back here on Sunday. Thank you, Xbox's third party. I appreciate that. Quick reps before you go. Well, I did the cat shirt today, so we'll save reps. We'll save reps. I'm feeling a little bit lazy today. I gotta save my energy. Thank you, Neo Exodus. Boss reps next time. Yeah, I think he's like knocked out somewhere. We did some boss reps yesterday. Yeah, we hit 50 members yesterday, so we did some boss reps. For those who don't know, boss reps are basically well, I don't know. If we hit 100 members, we'll do some boss reps. How about that? 19 more. And Biamed comes in with the $20 super chat saying, happy anniversary. Thank you, Biamed. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Where's the time go? Time flies. Time flies, man. Gotta save that. Sure thing, Nobinzer. Everyone thinking MBG made the cat use weights. No, can't do that. Can't do that. It's too dangerous. Pragmatic Cat, you're saying you had zero hype for Starfield, but last week you checked it out again. I think it has a ton of potential. Just lacks polish. Interesting perspective, Pragmatic Cat. Let's get W's for Mrs. MBG and MBG. You'd better have that shirt on when you do anniversary stuff. Yeah, man. This is a shirt. Oh, MRPD. You guys and your craziness. Next week's going to be an interesting week, man. So my goal, let me see. Today's the 18th, 19, 20. Yeah, clock's ticking, man. All right, so my goal is to have as minimal interference with my regularly scheduled content as possible. But there is a chance that there will be some interference next week. Not to say you won't get content, but like I said, I have to figure out how I'm going to balance this out. Okay. Illegal monkey, not again, bro. Not again, man. No more. No more. Bethesda Game Studios has so many employees, and they basically give you an empty sandbox that really one person could make in their spare time. Thank you for that, Raven. I do appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, so today the stream was a little bit different than normal. I didn't really have a specific set of topics to discuss with you guys, but I still wanted to make sure to do a little Friday stream. I was excited to tell you guys that I'll be reviewing Forza Horizon 5, but, you know, I've pretty much gotten used to streaming almost every day, and I knew I wanted to take tomorrow off, so just wanted to do a little something for Friday. Balance is key to everything. It's multi-dimensional. Should be present in everything we do, think, say, or feel. When we find balance between all those things, magic happens. Well, thank you for that, Hanzo. Oh, wait, hold on. You got more. Balance will... Oh, sorry, Hanzo. I was trying to read the second part, and then my stream just... My studio just crashed. Balance will allow you to create the life you want, connect with your purpose, and push through hard times. Damn. Hanzo got real. Hanzo got real quick. The MGS2 ending be like... Honestly, though. All right, guys. I think this will be a good place to wrap it up. We're at 2 hours and 46 minutes. So, yeah, we're gonna end the stream. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who showed up today, and just a huge shout out to the community. Michael Wernes dropping a 50 bomb today. Thank you guys so much for that. We hit 81 members, which is incredible to see. You know, I'm only able to do what I do here because of that support. You guys make it possible. So thank you so much. Very grateful for that. And if you dropped a super chat or a direct donation, and, you know, if you followed me on Twitch, thank you for that as well. I'm going to put that link in the chat one more time. If you haven't followed on Twitch yet, please feel free to do so. Luna's just now realizing she missed her treats. Luna, come here. Come say hi to everybody. They don't get to see you enough. Here's Luna. Before we go. Surprise. She looks big now, right? She's like huge. Yeah, we'll enjoy our 10th anniversary today. She's grown a lot. So, I don't know if it's like a black cat thing, but she's really jumpy. Like, she gets really... I don't know. Like, every time I go to pet her, I always have to worry, like, you're going to scratch me? Like, you chill? She makes me nervous. She got some big-ass paws, dude. I know you guys can't see it, but she has, like, the biggest paws I've ever seen on a cat. Like, I'm waiting to find out I actually just accidentally got a panther. Her camo's at 100%. Yeah, her camo index is nearly at 100%. All right, jeez. You see what I mean? She's like, why are you fucking petting me? Like, don't touch me. I didn't realize she eats the catnip too. Robert, you're saying chilling and grilling today? All right, man. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday. It's a young cat thing. Yeah, I was reading, like, apparently she's not going to really be fully matured until 2 years old. So she's just now turning 1 year. So give it another year. If she's still like this after another year, I'll just be like, all right, well, that's just who she is as a cat. And I'll have to accept it. She'll grow into a Florida Panther. You had a black cat named Billy who was as chill as they come. Is there a black edition PS1? I think there is. I think it's like really rare though. Okay. All right. Jeez. Sorry, Luna. I'm just trying to pet you a little bit on camera here, but she's like, leave me the F alone with my damn catnip. Your cat's 18 years old? Wow. Holy shit. That's pretty awesome, Planet Slurping. That's... Hold on. I need to figure out... 18 years old in cat years. Your cat is basically 90 years old. Which is impressive. So, okay, your cat is 88 years. If your cat makes it to 19 years, they'll be 92. If they make it to 21 years, they'll be 100 years old. That's like the equivalent to human years. So, that's definitely an elder floof, man. That is an elder floof. All right, guys. I'm just rambling now at this point, but enjoy the rest of your Friday. Tomorrow, I'll probably be taking off. Unless there's some kind of breaking news or something. We should be back here on Sunday. So I hope to see you then. And also to any of my people watching on Twitch, thank you guys for hanging out here. I do appreciate those of you who have been watching on Twitch. I don't know how many of you are watching on both YouTube and Twitch, but those of you who've been sticking around on Twitch throughout the majority of the stream, you're helping me get to that affiliate status. So thank you for that. And yeah, also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams on YouTube. If you guys see him in the comments, show him some love, give him some thanks, and that does it. All right, I'm going to go celebrate my 10-year anniversary with my wife and get a lot of gaming in, and I will catch you guys in the next one. So till then, take care, everyone.